Hey everybody, what's going on? So today in this video, I actually just got done filming the swim jig spinnerbait chatterbait video and thought why not go ahead and hit you guys with two videos in one day. Now, with Christmas break being over, as you guys are watching this, it is the last day. Today, yesterday, or tomorrow when you guys are watching this, I will probably be doing school. So today we're going to be talking about the goals for this year and the goals that I had for last year that I did. So my goals of last year were, number one, to catch a fish on a glide bait, which I did. I actually caught 3 different fish on a glide bait, which was awesome. No giants, obviously, but I was pretty happy with catching some fish. 2019 goals is to catch a fish on either this giant unnamed swim bait or the River Sea S-Waver 168. That's one of my goals there, is to catch fish on either one. Doesn't matter which one, just matters that I catch a fish. Another goal was to set a new personal best, which sadly I did, but I didn't do for largemouth. I wanted to catch a new personal best largemouth, but I did get my new personal best bluegill, which was actually at my pond, which was really cool. I actually caught it on this little guy right here, one of my own made baits, Doxer Company 1.5. Caught my first personal best yellow belly bullhead, which I actually caught my first yellow belly bullhead this year. Caught a bunch of them. I did end up getting one that was a little bit bigger than the rest, obviously. Was able to get a new personal best yellow belly, or not, bluegill green sunfish hybrid, which was awesome. Was really cool to catch those. Them things are a lot of fun. Caught my very first fish on a fly. Now, I would show you guys the fly that I was using, but it mysteriously disappeared. I literally, I gave it to Big Bait Baker, which you guys know him, Zach, my cousin. I gave the rod to him so he could fly fish a little bit out in my pond, and he went to cast one time, and the fly just wasn't there. I don't know if I made a bad knot and it finally just came loose, if he snagged something and just broke it off instantly, or what. But basically what it was a little bitty yellow sinking fly. That's pretty much all it was. I don't know the names. All I know is cast it out, try to catch a fish with it. That's pretty much all I know. I don't know what kind it was, but it was a pretty fun fly to use. It was bright yellow, and it was pretty cool. Another thing, not fishing related, that I did this year, or last year for the first time, was I dyed my hair, which honestly doesn't really matter in fishing and hunting, but I thought it was pretty cool, you know. Now that I look back on it, I'm not going to do it again just because I thought it was stupid. Or I think it was stupid now because my hair doesn't grow right anymore. I don't know if that's normal, but when I shave my head completely, it takes like 6 months for it to grow back. So I don't know if the hair dye did that or not, but it might just be the way my hair grows, and I just never noticed it. Don't know. But I dyed it red, or no, I dyed it green first. It was supposed to be blue, but it turned into green. And then after that, I cut that all off and went red, which the red turned out to be just kind of a dark brown, which I already had. So you guys can go back and see those videos. I made a bunch of videos when I dyed my hair, and surprisingly, nobody actually made fun of me for it. At least on YouTube, they didn't. I'm sure somebody did out in the public, you know, but I don't care. But yeah, so anything else that I did? I don't think there's anything else that I did. I'm trying to think back now. Oh yeah, I caught my first mussel. My first, they're like clams, but they're freshwater mussels. Using a glide bait, actually the same glide bait that I caught my first ever glide bait fish on. I also hooked a lot of turtles. Caught one on that same glide bait in the same day. If you guys have not checked out that video, go to Big Bait Baker's channel. He's the only one that ever got footage of that catch. But somehow, in some way, that turtle was able to unhook himself. And I was so relieved. You guys can see it in the video. I'll try to leave a link in the description to that video because I was super duper relieved of that. So 2019 goals, main goals for 2019, I already told you guys about the swim baits. Another goal that I have this year is to catch a spotted bass and a smallmouth bass. Now that was a goal last year, wasn't able to get it done. probably mainly because I never really went anywhere to catch them. 2019, I still have those goals. I do have a little bit better chance of catching a smallmouth and a possible better chance of catching a spotted bass. I'm going to try to go up to a lake that my cousins fish, and I'm going to try to catch a big spotted bass out of there. I don't know if I will, but I'm going to try. That's all you can do. I do have a pretty good chance of catching a smallmouth. It may not be 6 or 7 pounds, but I just want to catch one. That's it. If I catch one smallmouth that whole entire day, I'll be fine. You know, because I've never caught one, and I want to. Other fish that I want to catch, pond grinnell, otherwise known to me as a mudfish. But I want to catch one of those. I've heard a lot about spinnerbaits that work for them, and I've also heard that live bluegill work. Probably not going to do a whole lot of live bait fishing like I did this year. Mainly going to focus on lures and catching fish on lures. Probably will throw the spinnerbait that I featured in my last video a lot and try to catch one. Another thing I want to catch is the mystery fish that is in that pond that I have always fished. You guys have seen me fish that pond this year a lot. I've actually only fished that pond this year. There's a mystery fish in that pond that is huge. It could be a pike, could be a muskie, could be just a gigantic grinnell. Could possibly be a gator gar. We don't really know what it is. We know it's huge. Could be somewhere in the range of 45 to 50 inches. So I definitely want to be the one to catch that fish. And I think that throwing stuff like, and of course somehow just sitting on top of the pile, it got everything hooked. I think that I have a pretty good chance of catching it with something like this. Don't know if I will, but I want to try. Another goal for this year is to attempt to enter a tournament. So last year I talked so much about entering tournaments, and I never did. Main reasons, I just never did, honestly. Like, that's pretty much the only reason I can give you. I just never did. There was a lot going on this year, a lot of crap that I'm not going to really get into this year, or this past year happened, and I just never got around to getting the boat ready and doing the actual tournament. Probably won't be able to this year either, but I want to try at least. I also want to kayak fish a ton more, which probably will end up happening. I want to get a kayak in that pond I was just talking about that has that giant mystery fish. I don't know what I'll do if I hook into it, because that could be a little bit dangerous, but heck, I've seen people catch 110-pound tarpon out of a kayak. So, I mean, if people can catch a 110-pound tarpon out of a kayak, I could probably catch a 50-inch muskie, right? I hope. Probably not. I'll probably fall in the water and get bit by it or something. Knowing my luck, that probably would be happening. But yeah, I'm going to kayak fish more in a lot different places. I'm also going to attempt, obviously, to get a new personal best bass. My right now personal best is a 5'2", 5-pound, 2-ounce largemouth. I caught it on Whopper Plopper 130. Definitely want to catch another one of those, a little bit bigger maybe. I'm going to do a lot of topwater fishing, just like every year. I'm probably going to more focus on like walking baits and stuff like that. I'm going to try fishing the big ribbon tail worms a lot, like this 12-inch Wrangler worm. Probably going to fish that on the surface a lot in the ponds, just to see if I can get one of those big snake eater bass. So I think that's pretty much all of the things that I really want to do fishing wise. Hunting wise, obviously I want to kill a big buck. It's going to be a little bit harder now because the person that we were hunting on, the person that leases the ground that we were hunting on, decided to kick us off of it, just randomly out of the blue after I killed that 6-pointer. He just decided no more. So he only hunts for the racks, and I think that's he doesn't even eat the deer. He gives the meat away. He doesn't even give it to us, which, you know, we've done a lot for him, and all he's done is just kind of spit on us. So we're not hunting on him anymore. We're going to be hunting on a buddy of ours, and we're going to be hunting on another property, which is a little ways away, but I've heard there is a absolute gigantic buck on it. So I would love to be able to take that. That'd be really nice. The area that I'm going to be hunting in this year that's close to home is actually the same area, actually the same land that I hunted back almost 10 years, actually no, 9 years ago, and killed my very first deer, which you guys have probably seen that picture. If you are on my Facebook page, you guys would have seen that picture. But I killed my first doe and my first buck almost, well, it would be 9 years this November. So we're basically going to be hunting in that same area, probably the same 100-yard stretch of area. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. I've got two deer stands plus a big ground blind we're going to be putting up over there. Don't know about the second tree stand. We might only put one stand over there and then put the other stand somewhere else. Just, you know, just kind of a idea. But we're still wondering about that. It's a long ways from the next deer season. I'm completely tagged out. And I tell you what, you guys, being completely tagged out for the first time in 8 years of deer hunting is such a weird freaking feeling, you guys. Like, I've never been tagged out, ever. Like, I've been hunting for 8 years and have never been tagged out, ever. So, to say that I feel really odd, you know, not being able to see a deer and go kill it. Because it's just weird. It's because normally, at this time of the year, I'm crunching for time and got to get out there and get a deer, and now I don't have to. The past 4 years in a row, on the very last day of the year, there's always been deer across the road from my house, and I've tried to kill them. I've tried, but I can't do it. They always get away. The one time I was able to get a shot on one, I missed the freaking shot, and my dad, he said that it was probably a 160-inch buck was following the doe that I shot at because I'm just a little bit slower than the average person. But yeah, so this year, on the last day of the deer season, I was over here making baits for actually this video. Or actually not this video, but the last one. I was sitting over here making baits and I get a text from my dad and it says, "Hey Michael, there's a big buck chasing does across the road." So of course, it's raining outside, so I can't do anything anyway because I'm tagged out. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to watch. I want to see what it is, you know, because it's the last day of the year and I can't kill it, but I still want to watch. Just to see what it is, you know. And I go over there and I never see nothing. But my mom, dad, and brother, all three seen it. So I don't think that my dad was just seeing things. But he said that it was a pretty good sized buck, obviously bigger than the one I killed. It wouldn't take too much, but I was happy with it. But anyway, so I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any major things that you want to do this year, let me know down in the comments, and if you have any of the same goals that I have this year, let me know down in the comments as well. Thank you guys for watching once again. Bye.